it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much again for joining me today. Today's project is this one. This is Requests on Saturday, and this actually deals with a number of requests. Firstly, a lot of people have been asking for more heat embossing. This has heat embossing. People have been asking about using punches in a slightly different way, so layering them up and how to change the image or shape. So this deals with that too. And also specifically ideas for using the mini sequins. So again, it deals with that. So this is using our lovely foil snowflakes, which come in silver and gold in a pack of 24, and they are absolutely to die for. We've also got silver foil, silver glitter paper, the mini sequins, then this embossed image here, another embossed image here, and this is another piece of silver, which actually uses our lovely new everyday label punch, which is this one. And as you can see, it's not how I've used it. So there we go. So this is in silver and therefore on white. So I'm going to change it up and do it in very vanilla and gold, which would be so much easier if I got out the gold embossing powder. So let's change that up. Oops. Yep, there we go, gold embossing powder. Nothing quite like planning. I've been so well organised. So I have already punched with the 2-inch circle punch, a circle of foil. With the starburst punch, a circle of the gold glitter. I've got my snowflake ready to go. I've got my mini sequins ready to go, and that's just a sort of 7-8 inch piece. It's an arbitrary length, it's not a particular length. I've already punched, and this is from a scrap, the label punch, and it doesn't matter that it's from a scrap because I don't need all of it, so it seemed a waste to use more than I needed. And I've got a strip of Whisper White, which should be very vanilla. So let's change that. It's, as I say, it's lovely when you plan. So very vanilla. These are the strips I have off the edge of cardstock when I cut it down for mats, and I always keep these because they're very useful for things like this. So all we have to do with our very vanilla thick card base is layer everything up. So I'll do the layering, and then I'll do the, actually no, I'll do the heat embossing. Let's be logical. So I will do the heat embossing first. Oh, and of course I need a scrap of very vanilla to do my stamping. So I am using 2 sets of stamps. I'm using the Cheers to the Year stamp set from the new Autumn Winter catalogue, and I'm just using this image here. And I'm also using the beautiful bouquet, the Congratulations. I think it's a lovely little script, and it fits really nicely on the project as I see it. So let's get that all sorted out. So let's pull this out first. And pop that on my block and grab my Versamark, and I need my embossing buddy because I don't want gold in places where I don't want gold. So a bit of embossing buddy, and then ink up my stamp. And this is one of the few occasions when I turn the ink upside down and put it onto the stamp. I don't know why, but I do. So, stamp down. Suddenly got terribly dark in here. It was very sunny earlier, and so I pulled down some blinds, which possibly I need to pull back up. And I can see that that is stamped. So, let us... I can also see that it looks like my Stampin' Scrub needs a wash. So, dribble on some gold embossing powder and flick that off the back. Lovely. Get rid of that. bring in my trusty, cheese board. Those of you who have watched me for any length of time know I like using a cheese board to do my embossing. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do my stamping for the congratulations, and then I've got all of that done. Congratulations is here somewhere. There it is. So, congratulations. And pop that on my G block. And get my Versamark back. Bit of, let's do it that way up, bit of embossing buddy. And then, can you actually see? Yes, you can. Stamp that down. So my Stampin' Scrub definitely needs to be cleaned. Fortunately, it doesn't matter that it's a bit dirty because I'm embossing. So, more embossing buddy, embossing powder. I'll just dribble that again. Lovely. Okay, so let's heat up my heat tool. And while I'm doing that, I will remind you that we've still got the Merry Patterns free stamp set that you can get with an order of £250 or more on my online store. Free. You just enter it at the appropriate moment when you'll be asked to enter it. Right, let me just pop this on. Or if that is too much of a budget, then just place an order on my online store for £25 or a multiple thereof, and for each £25 you'll get an entry into a draw for a free stamp set from me, because I have a number to give away. Let me just check that that's me. That's that's that one. Sorry about the noise, just check that that has all, yep. And then this one. So yes, it's £25, for every £25 you spend in my online store between the beginning of September and the end of October. And then I will do the draw on my birthday, which is the 1st of November. So all your orders will add up over that period. Perfect. Okay. It looks like the sun might be coming out again. If I draw back the blind, there's a big glare there because I've got a Velux up there, and it's not a good look. Right. Okay. So. I need the 2-inch circle punch. Even though I had it on my board, it's crinkled my cardstock a wee bit. You can sort that out just by blasting the back of your cardstock, but as I'm going to stick this all down to fairly solid things, I'm not too worried. So there we go, and also once it's punched out it actually isn't too much of a problem. Right, now this is where it worked when I was sorting it out initially. So actually I'm going to do it slightly differently because that will make it easier. So all I'm going to do with my congratulations is, with the piece of cardstock as straight as I can get it across the punch, I'm just tucking it in under one side. And then punch, and then if I pop it through, I can line it up again this side, and again I want it to be as even as possible and as straight as possible. And then this is bigger with big scissors, so all I'm going to do is cut from that corner there to that corner there, and I just lay the piece onto the bottom blade and cut. And one of the keys to this is to not worry about the bit you're cutting, worry about where you're going. It was one of the things I was taught at fashion college. When you're sewing, you don't watch the needle going up and down, apart from anything else you get ever so dizzy. You watch where you're going. So you watch here, not here, because that, and then when you're sewing you do it the other way around, so the needle's going up and down here and you watch here to make sure everything's straight. It's just one of those things. Right, so then this is going to stick on here, and I'm then just going to trim it down. So let me bring in a bit of fast fuse. And just pop that. Ooh, no. Ooh, needs to be a bit further across. And ooh. This is one of the reasons I'm not a great fan of fast fuse for these sorts of things, but it's all right. We're there. We are there. So there we are. And then all I'm going to do is, again with my scissors, just cut and cut. So it's quite a nice way of cutting down that label. So you've got a skinny label but with a round end. Right, okay, so now what we've got to do is layer everything up. So the first thing to go down is, and I'm using fast fuse again because I'm being brave, is our snowflake. So that goes down. Then I'm going to pop the fast fuse on the back of our circle and pop that, let's pop that out of the way, pop that in the middle, and then more on the back of our starburst, and that just gives a nice little edge with the gold. Now if you're wishing to be frugal, you could punch a circle out of the middle of both of these, and then you can reuse those elsewhere. Now for this I'm going to again be brave. I'm just going to put a couple of bits of fast fuse across the middle and form a loop. And then pop that down. You don't have to do the cross, I just think it sits nicer if you do. And then I'm going to pop dimensionals on either side at the bottom and at the top, and that'll help keep body and soul together. A bit more fast fuse on the back of our label. Pop that across the middle of our circle. Much easier to do it before you stick it down, because then you can put it down straight rather than trying to get it straight on the label that's already stuck on, oh sorry, on the circle that's already stuck on your card, which can be a bit of a nightmare. And then pop the whole piece down on top. And there we go. So the silver and the gold. It's personal choice as to which you prefer. I think I prefer the gold, but equally I think these would be really lovely for silver and gold wedding, that sort of thing. Why do we have to have snowflakes just for Christmas? So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. It ticked a lot of request boxes. And I will hopefully see you again tomorrow. If you haven't already subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button down in the bottom right hand corner. As you probably know, I'm trying to get 2,000 subscribers before my birthday on the 1st of November. And that would be lovely if we could get there. We're at about 1,800 as at the point I'm recording this, which is not the day before it goes out. I'm trying to get ahead of myself a bit. So as I say, that would be lovely if we could get to 2,000 subscribers by then. If you need any products, because they are gorgeous, do hop over to my online shop. There's links to that below. And remember that therefore you get entered into my draw for the Merry Patterns stamp set. And if you've got a big order, you may want to think about joining up. Details of that are on my website, which again is linked below. All the dimensions are linked below, or in the blog post that's linked below. Blah. The trouble with recording lots of videos back to back is you end up with no brain. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again very soon. Thanks a lot for watching.